Today is the time and place set for an original hearing for offender Michael Pariona. So how do you pronounce your last name?
Pariona-ZAPAICO.
Zapaico, offender number 251784. Mr. Zapaico, did you receive at least 7 days prior notice of today's hearing in a disclosure packet that you've been able to review?
Yes.
I'll be taking testimony from you. Do you swear or affirm the statements you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. My name is Joel Robison. I'm a hearing officer. I work for the Board of Pardons and Parole, and I'll be conducting your hearing today. And as was mentioned, we do have the mother of the victim of record present who will be providing a statement today. I'll go through the hearing as I normally would, and then I'll provide her time to make whatever statement she would like. But I would like to thank Allison for being here today and for being willing to provide the statement for the board's consideration. Mr. Zapaico, the board did a administrative review. They scheduled your original hearing for today's date. The expectation is that you complete the sex offender treatment program. So the board will go through the information related to that programming, take it into consideration. Before I go over that information, I do need to go over the commitment offenses with you. You were committed to prison on case number 201-800-288, sexual exploitation of a minor, second-degree felony, minimum 1-year sentence, potential 15-year sentence. And case number 201-800-289, attempted object rape, second-degree felony, minimum 1-year sentence, potential 15-year sentence. You have a 44-month guideline date, which puts you at May of 2025. The board will take all of those timeframes into consideration. The guideline date is simply that, a guideline date. The board's not bound by that. They could deviate from that, hold you longer if they felt it was appropriate to do so. In regards to the commitment offenses, the information is that it was discovered in 2020 that you had sexually abused your niece starting when she was approximately 11 years old. The information related to that case, the facts of the offenses are outlined in detail in the pre-sentence investigation. The board has all of that information to consider, but you orally, anally, and vaginally raped your niece over a period of time. And is that information accurate?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Is that information accurate regarding the abuse that was perpetrated on your niece? Is that the offense that you committed?
Yes, it's the offense I committed.
Okay, so you did in fact commit that offense?
Did I request a Spanish interpreter?
You can. We don't have a Spanish interpreter present right now. This would have to be scheduled out for another hearing with the Spanish interpreter. But if you can't understand what I'm saying and you're having a hard time responding in English, then we can set this out for another hearing on a different day where there would be a Spanish interpreter present. Is that what you want to do?
No, we can keep going. But yes, I'm responsible for the actions.
Okay, and why did you commit that offense?
On that time, I think I didn't have I didn't know how to control my emotions, and I didn't have I was like loneliness, and so that's why I think I committed those crimes.
Did you notice at that time that you had a deviant attraction to children, sexual attraction to children?
No, I never had a sexual attraction to children. 'Cause I've been married twice, and all my marriages my age, so I never looking for that.
So why do you think it happened?
I think on that time I see it because she was like she's like taller as I am, so maybe I I mistake looking at her physical, but you know I got just mistake seeing her as an adult. I would looking at her.
And it's accurate that the offense started when the victim was 11 years old?
No, it's not accurate.
Okay, according to you, how old was the victim when this started?
She was 14.
The report, in the pre-sentence investigation, the report states that it started when she was 11 years old. If you could go over what you've been working on while incarcerated, have you done any classes or programming?
Well, I've been finished. I started my high school, then I finished my high school. I've been taking several classes, like inside that, how to manage my anger, and I did MRT, and yeah, I take it like what is called this like little classes like welding class, like victim impact. I remember.
It says in the report, the institutional report, that you completed the sex offender treatment program in July of last year.
Yes, pre-treatment and OTP program.
What did you learn in that program?
Well, I learned how to manage my loneliness, how to deal with my emotions, how to have a healthy relationship, like long-term relationships, and pretty much I learned how to become a better person and not a selfish person that I was before.
You have a federal immigration detainer.
Yes, sir.
If you get deported, where do you plan on going?
But that my country's Peru. I'm from Peru, so just going to my place where my mom and dad is, and start my life as a better person.
Any reason why you would return to the United States?
I have my son. He's 9 years old, and I want to support him. I want to be there for him. So that's the big reason I want to get out and trying to be a better person for everybody, for my community, for my families.
At this time, I would like to hear from the mother of the victim of record. Allison, are you able to hear everything? Are you ready to make your statement?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you for being here today, and go ahead with anything that you would like the board to consider.
I have a little statement thing that I wanted to read. I just said, Dear Board of Pardons and Parole, my name is Allison Bowen, and I am the mother of Brinley Johanna Jensen, the victim of sexual abuse and rape by Michael Parriona-ZAPAICO. Brinley has given me permission to speak on her behalf. I understand this hearing is to determine the next steps to take with Michael, and I am sure that you guys have had a chance to read the statements that were sent in on Brinley's behalf. I ask that you guys take into deep consideration the outcome of what happens to Michael after reading those statements and looking at the old cases. When Michael first started sexually abusing my daughter, she was an 11-year-old child a child that could not defend herself against Michael, who took advantage of her. And the abuse continued until she was 18 years old. So for 7 years, this man took advantage of my daughter and destroyed her childhood. No, a child should never go through this kind of trauma. Yes, she was an adult when she finally had the courage to come forward because she was too scared of saying anything as a child, because she was afraid of what he would do to her or her family if she said anything. My daughter has dealt with many emotions, feelings, and has been doing counseling to help her understand and talk about the things that she went through. Some of the effects that Brinley has had to deal with after this whole incident, and that she still suffers from almost 4 years later after coming forward. Brinley has dealt with depression because of the crimes Michael committed against her. She has had thoughts of hurting herself because of the guilt and the shame that she couldn't stand up against this man and stop him. Brinley has suffered from severe anxiety and not knowing who she can trust. She often worries about the men she may date if they will do the same things to her that Michael was doing. She struggles with who she can trust. One of the main issues that have come about from this crime are the nightmares that Brinley has had over the years and the nightmares that she continues to have. She was traumatized by the things that Michael was doing to her, and she often worries that he will get out, that he will come back and continue to do them to her. She has nightmares that if he gets out, that he will come harm her or try to harm her family for putting him in jail. So as the Board of Pardons and Parole, we, the family of Brinley Jensen and Brinley herself, ask that you please make Michael serve at least 7 years or more for the 7 years that he committed these crimes against her. Brinley suffered at the hands of this man for 7 years, but Michael has only served 2 years. Where is the justice for my daughter, the victim, Brinley Johanna Jensen? But we ask, if Michael is paroled, we ask that you please take into great consideration of deporting Michael back to his country so that he cannot do this to anyone else here, and that Brinley does not have to look over her shoulder every day worrying about whether she is going to run into Michael. And then on the off chance that Michael is paroled but not deported, we ask that Michael PARIONA-ZAPAICO be required to wear a GPS monitoring device. Thank you for listening and reading through the statements that were written on Brinley's behalf. And please use your best judgment when considering the outcome of this hearing. Thank you.
Thank you for being here and speaking on behalf of your daughter. I have read the letters that were submitted previous. I'll make sure the board has a copy of those, and also the statement that you've provided today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Mr. Zapaico, do you have anything you would like to say in response to the statement you just heard?
Well, I'm gonna say that I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry for I hurt a lot of people, but I think right now I recognize that I did wrong, and I'm willing to be taking other programs that will help me to become a more better person than more I am. And I wanna you guys give me the chance to prove that I really wanna be a better person. I really wanna be a better dad. Just give me one opportunity so I can show you guys how I've been changing my life.
The board will take into consideration all of the information that's been discussed today. They'll look at the nature of the commitment offense, the impact that this offense has had on the victim and her family and the community. They'll look at the incarceration period, what you've worked on while incarcerated, the request from the victim's mother that you serve at a minimum 7-year sentence, if not longer, seems reasonable to me. And also the stipulations for release. I will present all of that to the board for their consideration. It'll be up to the 5 board members to review everything that's been discussed and make that final determination. I will get the information from today's hearing over to the board here in the next day or two. Generally, it takes the board 2 to 3 weeks to deliberate and make the final decision. Is there anything additional you would like to say, Mr. Zapaico, in closing?
I think I'm good. I'm just grateful for the board apartment that they give me the SL2P class, and it changed my life learning from that. Recognizing all my risk factors, all my problems.
After the board makes their decision, they will mail you a copy of the board order. The board order will outline everything that is expected moving forward and the decision as far as release. That board decision will also be posted to the board's website for review. At this point, I will go ahead and conclude the hearing. Thank you.
Thank you.